All right, so get ready because we're doing a deep dive today. And you guessed it, it's K-dramas.
Nice.
You sent in this Soompi article,
Oh, yeah.
and it's about this new show, Love Your Enemy. And I got to say, it's got me really intrigued.
Yeah, it looks good.
So it sounds like we've got like childhood enemies and some kind of bet, and then just a ton of tension.
Yeah, that was juicy.
So juicy, right? Okay, so the basics, we've got CFG1 and
Yeah.
Yoonji1,
Yeah.
and not only do they have the same name, they were also born on the same day.
Oh, wow.
Talk about fate. But here's the big thing. Their families are like total enemies,
Oh, no.
like sworn enemies.
So it's that like enemies to lovers kind of
Yeah.
K-drama?
Yeah, it's like taking that whole like star-crossed lovers thing to a whole other level.
Yeah, totally. Like Boys Over Flowers or Secret Garden.
Yes.
You know, where you have that push and pull that just
Mhm.
sucks you in.
Totally. And then
Oh.
on top of that, there's this bet they made back in high school.
Oh.
And it's all about these crazy lilacs that only bloom at their school like every few years.
Interesting.
It sounds like Seok-ji-won said he'd do anything Yoon-ji-won wanted if she won the bet.
Oh,
But if he won, well, he wanted her to go out with him.
Oh, that's cute.
I know even their rivalry was romantic.
Oh.
But, you know, lilacs mean a lot in Korean culture.
They do. They symbolize first love and youth and kind of that like nostalgic feeling, you know?
So it's not just about if these lilacs will actually bloom this time,
Yeah.
but if Seok-ji-won and Yoon-ji-won can kind of let go of all that past hurt and, you know,
Yeah.
let their feelings bloom again, too.
Right, exactly. Will it be like a rebloom or has it just totally withered away?
Yeah, no, and the teaser shows that Yoon-ji-won is like, I don't know.
Mhm.
She's not happy to see Seok-ji-won again after 18 years.
Right.
She calls him names and stuff.
Still holding that grudge.
But then she says this thing like, am I crazy? Almost like she doesn't even want to admit what she's feeling.
That's so K-drama.
Right. And speaking of classic K-drama stuff,
Yeah.
they use a bunch of flashbacks in the teaser.
Of course.
It's like we get to see these little glimpses into their past relationship.
Yeah, you know, they do that to make the story deeper. Like, you get to understand why the characters are acting the way they are.
Yeah. And it makes you want to know more about what happened back then.
Like you're getting two love stories in one.
Totally. But you know what really got me? That last line in the teaser. CG Jisoo-won asks Yoon-ji-won how she felt seeing him again after all these years.
Oh, wow.
Like, they've got all this bad history, but he just comes right out and asks her.
Yeah, it's like there's still something there.
That's what I thought, too. Like, even with all the animosity, you could tell there's still some kind of intimacy.
Totally. And don't forget, he's the chairman of the school foundation now.
Oh, right.
So there's that power dynamic, too.
Oh, this is going to be good.
It adds a whole other layer to everything.
I know.
Like, how's that going to play out?
I can't wait to see. Oh, it's going to be so good. Like, enemies to lovers, but then second chance romance and school politics all mixed together.
It's going to be good.
But going back to the bet for a sec, the article says if Seok-ji-won wins, Yoon-ji-won has to do anything he asks. It really makes you think, like, what happened between them in high school to make them such enemies?
Right.
And could that bet still be, like, a thing after all this time?
That's a good question. And I think it all goes back to that whole idea of unresolved stuff from the past.
Yeah.
Like the bet and those lilacs are kind of symbols, you know?
Yeah.
They represent all the things they never said or did.
Right.
So it's not just about will they get back together, but can they actually deal with their past and like find some peace?
You know, it's interesting how K-dramas often use high school as a setting.
Yeah.
Like, it's all about those coming-of-age themes, you know, first love and friendships and rivalries. But it's also like everything feels so much more intense when you're that age.
Right. Like the emotions are just amplified.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's the perfect setting for all those classic K-drama tropes we love, like school festivals and
Oh, yeah.
secret study sessions and maybe even a love triangle or two.
Don't forget those, like, intense stares across the hallway.
Oh, yeah, those are the best.
I'm telling you, I am so watching this drama like it's going straight to the top of my list.
It's going to be good.
It just sounds like a total roller coaster of emotions.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the symbolism and the relationships and the potential for heartbreak, but also second chances.
And let's not forget the chemistry between the leads.
Right.
Even in that short teaser, you can see the sparks.
Totally. That's what makes enemies to lovers so good.
Yeah, like you can feel that attraction bubbling under the surface, even though they're supposed to hate each other.
Okay, so to recap, we've got a great premise. Childhood enemies reunited bet with consequences. Beautiful lilac symbolism, flashbacks, and amazing chemistry.
Sounds like a winner to me.
I know what's not to love.
I'm really curious to see how they handle the power dynamic between them, though.
Oh yeah, with Seok-ji-won being the chairman.
Yeah, it adds a whole other level of intrigue. Like, how will their past affect things now?
Totally. I bet you're already coming up with theories.
Maybe a few, but I'm more interested to hear what our listener thinks.
Yes. What are your predictions for the show?
Do you think those crazy lilacs will actually bloom?
And more importantly,
If you were Yoon Ji-won, could you resist your first love, even if he was your enemy?
ooh, that's a tough one.
Makes you think you know.
It really does. It's like a question that goes beyond just K-dramas.
Yeah.
It makes you think about first love and forgiveness and the choices we make.
Love Your Enemy premieres on November 23rd, and you should definitely check it out.
It's going to be epic.
Whether you're a huge K-drama fan or just starting out this show, seems like it has something for everyone.
And don't forget to share your thoughts with us on social media.
Yeah, we want to hear all your theories and predictions.
Now, before we wrap up our deep dive into Love Your Enemy, we want to leave you with one final thought-provoking question. You know those lilacs we were talking about? They don't just represent first love and nostalgia.
Right.
They also show how fleeting youth can be. So think about this as you watch the show.
Okay.
Can we ever really get back those intense feelings from our past? Or are they always going to be just out of reach like those lilacs?
Wow, that's deep.
It makes you wonder,
Yeah.
are Sika Ji-won and Yoon Ji-won just chasing a memory? A feeling they can never actually have again?
It's possible.
Maybe it's not about recreating the past, though.
Yeah.
Maybe it's about finding something new and beautiful in the present, even if it's different from what they used to have. Maybe those lilacs are a sign that people can change and grow,
Right.
even if they were once enemies.
That's what makes this drama so interesting.
I know.
It's not just romance.
Oh.
It's about becoming a better person and forgiveness and second chances.
Will they let their past control them, or can they make a new future together?
We'll have to watch and find out.
I can't wait.
Me neither, but one thing's for sure.
Sad.
This is going to be a good one.
It's going to be a wild ride full of emotion, twists, and turns.
It really makes you think about relationships and how powerful love can be.
Even when things are tough.
Exactly. And sometimes the best love stories are the ones that make us really think.
Yeah.
The ones that challenge us and make us wonder about forgiveness and second chances.
Well, that's it for our deep dive into Love Your Enemy.
Hope you enjoyed it.
We can't wait to see how it all plays out.
Yeah, and we'll definitely be back with more deep dives into the awesome world of K-dramas.
So stay tuned and thanks for listening.